Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tower of God New World. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a team comp that is really good against the brand new event boss, MULE. Now, this guy, he is a really tough a tough boss to fight against because he does insane single target damage. So you really want to use the right team in order for you to deal a ton of damage. So as you guys can see, I was able to deal around 305,000 damage, and that's actually pretty good, and I was able to reach up to rank 136. Now, of course, I say this all the time, but depending on what level your characters are, that's how much damage you're going to deal. So if you have your character at like level 333, you're going to do insane damage. So if we look at the rankings right here, everyone is using their own team comp. Now, if we look at the top player, I mean, of course, the top player is going to do the most damage, but as you guys can see, the top player is indeed using Vespa. So I'm being 100% honest here. I didn't even know that the top player was using Vespa. I was just testing Vespa out, and she's really, really nuts against MULE. So it seems like everyone is now catching on that Vespa is literally the best unit against this boss. As you guys can see, everyone is using Vespa because she's a must. She's like a must character against this boss. So as you guys can see, look at this. Everyone is using her. So this is the team comp right here that I've been using. So this is literally the team. As you guys can see, Vespa, Quarun, Blurode, Vicente, and Verdi. So the reason why I'm using Verdi is because you don't really need to lower MULE's evasion. Verdi is pretty much a good unit to do some insane single target damage. So the way that this team comp works is that Vespa is basically going to slow down MULE, because MULE, he has this attack where he's going to summon these pair of gloves, and he's just gonna do insane ranged attacks to like your farthest character. So you want to make sure that Vespa is pretty much stealing his swiftness so that he can't do any damage. So as you guys can see, Vespa slows him down, and then you have Vespa who's doing insane single target damage. Vicente also doing some really good damage as well. Blurode is basically placing all of the debuffs on MULE, and Quarun is pretty much there to inflict that additional attack, additional crit, and also additional swiftness to your team. Now, here is the thing though. You want to make sure that you are placing these characters in the right position, because this is RNG. You're gonna have to retry a couple times, but once you have like the perfect run, like if you're able to deal over 305 million damage, then that is the run. So I'm gonna go ahead and replay this for you guys so that you guys can get basically like a quick idea as of to how this team comp pretty much works against MULE. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this fight. So I'm gonna put it in 1x speed, and I'm gonna put it 2x speed. So as you guys can see, Vicente is pretty much going to drag MULE because Vicente has that teleportation attack. So he's going to teleport Vicente to the back row. Now here's the thing. Sometimes Blurode will drag MULE, so it is RNG. So depending on which character drags MULE, you have to really be careful as to where you place your horn, because you want to make sure that Verdi is in line of that swiftness buff, and also Vespa as well, so that they can continuously spam their special skill. So as you guys can see, Vespa, she already has her special skill active. So you basically want Vespa to always be on Quarun's pathway so that Vespa can get that additional swiftness, so that she can basically spam her special skill and lower MULE's attack speed. So as you guys can see, look at MULE. The dude is moving in slow motion. His glove isn't even attacking. So this is literally the glove right here. As you guys can see, the two gloves, they're not even attacking at all. So Vespa, she is absolutely cracked against this boss, and this team comp is doing really, really well. And of course, Vicente is going to be good against this boss because there's like a huge buff where red assassin element units get like I think 200% attack boost, something like that. So yeah, look at all of these swiftness decreases on MULE. The guy can't even move. So when you pair Vespa up with Blurode, he's just gonna have so many debuffs to the point where he can't even do anything. He's just gonna stand there. So this team comp is actually pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in 2x speed, and as you guys can see, look at all of this damage that we're dealing to him. He can't even move. We're just doing insane damage. So that's pretty much how this team literally works. So I have 3 more attempts and I'm going to do this in manual mode. Now I recommend you guys to do this in manual mode, not auto mode, because in auto mode, of course, you're going to sit there and spam, but you want to make sure that you're always using Vespa's skill. You want to make sure that you're using her special skill, because when you put it on auto mode, sometimes the computer is just not going to proc her special skill fast enough. So you want to do it on manual mode so that you can proc it immediately, so that you can lower MULE's attack speed. So these were all of our attempts. Now look at all of the attempts we had without Vespa. Look at how much damage we were able to deal. It wasn't good damage. Now Data's a Heart can actually deal some good damage against MULE, but I highly recommend you guys to use the team comp that I just showed you that includes Vespa instead. So the more attempts I had, the more I realized that Vespa is just a must in order for you to deal insane damage against MULE. Because if you don't have Vespa, one, your team won't even survive long enough, and two, you can deal some, like, if you don't have Vespa, you won't be able to deal as much damage. So she is absolutely really cracked against this boss. And you guys can see that I don't even have a lot of copies on my Vespa. I only have 2 red stars, so you don't even need a lot of copies, but the more copies you get on her, the better she'll become. So that's pretty much the team comp. Now let's go ahead and let's do some attempts.
Where have you been? Been searching all along, confessing while alone and on.
All right, so as you guys can see, that attempt was actually pretty good, but the thing is we weren't able to deal more damage than our highest damage, which was like 305 million. So you guys can literally see what I'm talking about, how RNG is involved. So sometimes you'll be doing insane damage and sometimes you won't. You just have to keep retrying over and over again. So yeah, this team comp is really nice, really easy to build. And if you guys are wondering what set, what ignition weapon set you should put on your Vespa, you should put the not Ryan set, you should put on the Bergamot. Now the thing is, I don't have the Bergamot. I have the 2-piece Dora set and I also have the 2-piece Bergamot. The reason why is because, of course, the Bergamot grants lifesteal, and then the 2-piece Dora set increases her swiftness, which basically allows her to use her special skill a lot more often. So really great team comp. You guys can see that my Vespa isn't even built, like all of my things aren't even leveled up. Low investment, and she is, like, I'll say Vespa is one of the best boss units that requires low investment, because all she's good for is decreasing swiftness, and that is it. So really easy team comp to build, pretty simple. And good thing about this team comp is that you don't really have any collab characters included. These are characters that you still can have access to in the game, so you don't really have to worry about, you know, a character that's no longer in the game. You can still get these characters. So if you guys have any other thoughts and opinions, please put it down in the comment section down below. And if you guys have any other team comps, also put it down in the comment section, because so far I feel like this is the best team comp so far in terms of survivability and being able to deal as much damage as much as possible. But anyways, I'll be ending the video at that. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Peace.